Hi, I'm Jason Mears, and this is vRealize Operations as part of the vSphere 7 Home Lab series. So to begin with, I'm just in vCenter Server and I'm on the Home view, which you can see on the left hand side with the little house on it. You may be more familiar with the Hosts and Clusters view, which is what most people have gone to in previous versions. You can see there I'm just looking at vCenter plus a data center. Underneath the data center, a single cluster, and under the cluster are 4 vSphere 7 hosts. There is a blue warning there about a distributed switch, which I've failed to remove properly. That was from a beta version of ESXi that I didn't remove properly before I recorded this video. Just ignore that for now. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the menu. I'm going to click on vRealize Operations, which is a new section from that menu up in the top left hand corner of the screen, and it gives us an option of installing vRealize Operations or configuring an existing instance, and I'm going to go for install. There's an online install where it will download the files required from the internet, or an offline install where you download the files and point it at the installation OVF or OVA. So I'm going to go for the online version, and I'm going to give it the IP address of my vCenter server, and it looks like it's remembered my password, so I'm just going to type that again, make sure it's the right one. And once I've got those details, I'm going to test the connection, and the green tick says that yes, that's worked properly. So now I want to know what name I want to give to the VM, and we'll just call that vROps -30 because I'm going to give it the IP address 192.168.0.30. So I tend to use 31. I tend to use that naming convention so I know what IP address it is. I pick a data center, a cluster. I'm going to put it on host number 4. I'm going to do a small deployment, and I'll pick one of the local data stores for this one. And I'll pick standard switch 0, VLAN 0. So now I need those network details. So as I said before, 192.168.0.31 is the one I've set up for this. I've also got forward and reverse DNS set up. In my home lab, I use a Synology NAS with the DNS package. Just seems the easiest way of doing this. And that's on a /24. So IP address, DNS server, gateway, and network mask. And it asks me if I want to point it at a different vCenter, but I'm actually going to point it at the one that I'm installing this on. It may be that if you have a management cluster, you want to point this at another vCenter server somewhere else in your organization. I'll just check those details there. They look fine. So I'll install it there. So now it's going to go away, download the installation media from the internet. It'll pull that down and push down the OVF. Now this is going to take a little bit of time, so we'll just fade it in and out so you're not sat here waiting. So the OVF has been pulled down, it's been deployed, and it's just going through the configuration. You can see at the bottom it says that the current state is that the initialization has been successful. Just finishing configuring the vROps adapter. And that's it installed. Now it is worth mentioning that it takes a little bit of time to gather all of the information and all of the data, so don't draw any conclusions from the dashboard when you first see it up. I would give it at least 24 hours before taking any notes of anything in this dashboard just yet. For any kind of detailed analysis, I'd leave it a couple of weeks just to catch things like month end. But yeah, so it's up and working and it's collecting. We just need to leave that running for a while now to actually get some data inside it. But the product has been installed. The next thing is doing the actual initial configuration, which we'll do in another video. So that was vRealize Operations installation as part of the vSphere 7 Home Lab series. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you found that useful.